music. So he wanted to help. She brought him over. He wanted to help. And he wanted music in America to represent America, its history, and all of the different sounds
Good morning.
of America.
Isn't it? Just look
This
at that sky
particular
out
song
there.
was influenced by
You
African
can't
American
begin to know how
spirituals.
happy I am to finally speak with
Indirectly,
you.
also,
I've been trying
Native
for
American
days.
music and
It's a
culture.
matter of utmost
The
urgency, I
second
assure
part
you.
of this song starts with the first
I'm glad you
chorus
caught up
of
with
Swing
me.
Low, Sweet Chariot.
Oh, me too. You have no idea.
The Native American
Now,
side
I
of
know
the
you're a busy fellow,
influence
so
was
I
not
won't take up much
direct.
of
It was
your time.
indirect. He would
Time
attend
being
Wild West shows while he was in Iowa.
a precious commodity. I'm here today to tell you that because of your family service to our country,
The reason
you
why I'm telling you
have been
this story is
pre-selected for entrance into
this
the
is
local vault.
this is a symphony called
Vault
The New
111.
And as I was doing my
Sounds
show
great.
prep today,
Oh, it
and I
is.
was
Believe
reading
you me.
everything, I was
Now,
listening
you're
to
already
this,
cleared for entrance
and I thought,
in the unforeseen event of
well, that doesn't sound like the New
atomic
World today,
annihilation.
does it?
I just need to verify some information. That's all.
Sure, let's do it.
Splendid. Splendid. Now,
With
let's see.
all of our problems, with everything that is going on in the world, we can't lose our hope and our innocence. To me, that's what this song represents. The simpleness of America. Everything that is wrong in our country right now is because we've made it too complex. Well, we couldn't get a comprehensive immigration policy. We don't need a comprehensive immigration policy right now. We just need our border closed. That's all we need. Well, global warming is a problem, so we've thought about building a giant umbrella and putting it in space so it can open up at times and cool the earth. That sounds like a really bad, complex idea. I wanted to start the show, which will focus on some chaos today and some other things. I wanted to start the show remembering our innocence, our decency, our kindness,
Wonderful.
our
That's
heritage.
everything. I'm just gonna walk this over
The
to the vault.
heritage of
Congratulations
what
on
African
being prepared
Americans
for
have
the
brought
future.
into this
Thanks again.
boiling pot.
It's peace of mind. That's worth a little paper.
Native Americans.
For you and Sean,
And
no
all
price
of
is too
us
high.
who are immigrants from someplace.
Good answer.
I have my moments.
But the ones who really wanted to be here, the ones who knew why they came to the New World. So let's get into the news of the day here. Yesterday, Biden was, speaking with King Abdullah of Jordan, and I don't know if you saw this video. Do we have the video actually of him wandering around the podium? Okay, now he doesn't know where to stand. He's looking at the ground, looking for tape. That's what he's looking for. He's looking for a tape mark. And he goes and stands behind King Abdullah. And he says, "I'm sorry." And he realizes he's on the wrong side. Like it matters. But he's just taking his orders. It is really, it's really been an amazing thing. And really what happened, why this is so important right now is because of Special Counsel Robert Hur. He did a report last week. Just let me bring up this for you in case you didn't. The handling of all of the classified documents that, Biden said, hey, they were secure. No, they weren't. They were sitting in a box next to your Corvette. That's not secure for top secret documents, okay? It's just not. But Hur comes out and he says, well, he just appeared in the testimony while we were investigating this. He just seemed like a nice old, well-intentioned man who doesn't remember much. doesn't remember much. What? He couldn't tell us when he was vice president, and
Listen,
couldn't
after
tell us
breakfast,
when
I was
his
thinking
son
we could head to
died.
the park for a bit. Weather
Okay,
should
that's a
hold up.
problem. That's a problem.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
Now I think, first of all, Grassley and everybody else that are,
Codsworth, what's wrong?
oversight on all of this. Grassley and Ron Johnson, they've asked for that tape. They want to see it themselves. I wouldn't be surprised
Followed by
if Joe
flash,
Biden
lightning flashes,
was
sounds
kind
of
of all
explosives.
there, was not a doddering wolf who could answer when he was vice president.
Contact from affiliate stations.
I think there's a movement to get Joe Biden out by the
Do have
Democrats.
coming in. That's
Now, I'm not saying
confirmed
that
reports. I repeat, confirmed reports.
I think you're going to find that it was a
Detonations
doddering
in New York.
on that tape. But there is a movement
got
now
it.
to get him out because his poll numbers
Oh my God.
We need to get to the vault. Now!
he doesn't have a chance when it comes. If he's the guy, there won't be any debates. And can you imagine how bad he'll be in 6 months from now? So yesterday, if we have the Kamala Harris, see if we have it. No, we don't. Yesterday, Kamala Harris came out, and she was asked by the Wall Street Journal. So, Biden looks like there's a chance that he's not going to make it. Are you ready to be vice president? What she said is really, really important. She said, I'm ready to serve. There's no question about that. Now,
Codsworth,
that's a
Stay
bold
safe,
statement
buddy.
for any vice president to make. I don't know a time where a vice president has made that. If they have, and I can't think of one, but if they have, they've gone on to say, but the competence of this president is not in question. He is fine, and there's no need for me to be prepared other than every vice president needs to be prepared. Okay? She didn't say that. She didn't say that. This is a first. She's always answered that question like I just said a vice president answers that question. In defense of the president. She's not saying that this time.
You guys
The
got me!
problem is,
Okay.
how are you going to get this guy out?
If you're in the program,
We need to get in.
His family is all for it, just get rich off of his back.
Adult male, adult
His family, I
female.
think, is engaged in elder
Okay,
abuse.
go ahead.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Follow me!
Come on.
What's going to happen to all those people outside the gate?
Everything we can. Now keep moving. Step on the platform in the center.
Almost there. We're gonna be okay. I love you. Both of you.
We love you too.
Hold on.
Hi, Red. Hi, Red. My friend Red.
Will she do that?
We did it.
Because she's the only person, get this, she's the only person in Washington that has
everyone
a
please step
lower
off the
score
elevator and
of
proceed up the stairs in
likability
order
than
to
Joe
crash.
Biden.
No need to worry, folks.
She's
We'll get everyone situated
you
in
know,
their new
she
home.
likes school buses.
Vault
And maybe
111.
school buses like her,
A
but
better future
not a
underground.
lot else.
So we just...
Yes, up the stairs.
I can't believe it. If we left
Un-
a minute later.
I just, as a fiction writer,
Don't get caught up thinking about
let
that.
me put that
You're
hat on
safe now.
and tell you something
Everyone, just
that I noticed a pattern of. And it's because I read the story that is completely disconnected from this story that I just told you. But I read this story first, and then I read another story that I'm going to tell you about next, back to back. And it got me to thinking.
Thanks.
And it's a
What
complete
now?
Just follow the dot.
disconnected from this story that I just told you. But I read this story first, And then I read another story that I'm going to tell you about next, back to back. And it got me to thinking.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
And it's a
This is
complete,
one of our most advanced.
you know, this is just a fictional theory.
Oh, we'll be going.
But I want you to hear it next. Stand by 60 seconds. First, let me tell you about trial and error. Great way to learn about things in life, except when it's something as big as your home. That's why I recommend realestateagentsitrust.com. This is not something we charge you for. We give you the name of the people. You just tell us where you're moving from, where you're moving to, whether it's across the nation or across the country, and we're going to give you the name of people that we have vetted literally for weeks. Each one of them goes through. I mean, we don't do a rectal exam, but I think by the end of it, they probably feel like maybe we have. We have gone through everything to make sure that we are comfortable recommending them to you. It's somebody who thinks like you. It's somebody that is a fan of the show. But it is also somebody who has the best practices. I've learned these from the 500 best real estate agents that I've been working with. This, according to the Wall Street Journal, the 500 best real estate agents in the country. And I learned, there are best practices. There is a reason these people are the best in the country. So we went out to look for more of them. We can recommend them to you at realestateagentsitrust.com. You're looking for the best? realestateagentsitrust.com. Just tell us where you're moving from, and two, we'll take care of the rest and introduce you to these people. You don't have to go with it, but at least talk to them. I think you'll like them. realestateagentsitrust.com. 10 seconds, station ID. Let me give you this story. Tucker Carlson fired back at former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton on Monday, calling her a child after she criticized his interview with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Carlson was blamed by Clinton, and Clinton called him a useful idiot during an interview that aired Wednesday evening on MSNBC. It's weird because today is Wednesday. Carlson brushed the criticism off at the appearance of the World Government Summit. Okay. Hillary Clinton called this gentleman, speaking of Carlson, this honorable gentleman, that he is playing the role of a, well, you say it, prompting Carlson to say that he hadn't seen Clinton's interview. And he was wanting to say, you know, useful idiot, but you say it. He didn't. Instead, he said, I didn't see the interview, and Hillary Clinton is a child. I don't listen to her. By the way, how's Libya doing? Great put down. Great response. Now, the thing is, where did he say this? He said this at the World Government Summit 2024 in the Middle East. Why was he at the World Government Summit 2024? He just left Moscow, where he was meeting with Vladimir Putin. Just a few weeks before, wait a minute, he was speaking with Malay. And then before that, he was in Hungary speaking with the head of Hungary. Wow. He's getting a lot of experience. He's going to be, this is my first thought, he is taking the place of all of those respected journalists that we had at one time where we respected them, and they would go and do the big, heavy interviews, and they talked to all the world leaders. And then I thought, wow, he'll know all the world leaders and have spoken to them personally, which is weird because I'm not sure Kamala Harris has done all that, which then made me think, wait a minute, Vivek Ramaswamy and Tucker Carlson are the ones that were on the list, the top two names given to Donald Trump, of who they'd like to see as a vice presidential nominee. And when I first read that or heard that from the president, he said, or I said, huh, filed it away. Immediately, my thought was, Tucker's a TV guy, though. He's not going to do that. Maybe he'd be a spokesperson for the president. He'd make a great White House spokesperson. Not the vice president. He doesn't have the experience. Wait a minute. Yes, he does now.
Come on.
Complete, I mean, this is complete fiction. I mean, complete fiction.
I like it as a hot take. I mean, I don't know that I believe it, but I mean, you know,
no, I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Yes.
But it would be smart of Donald Trump.
If you were setting this up, I mean, this would be the type of thing that you want him to be doing, right? Like to be on the stage like this. I mean, I don't know that interviewing these leaders necessarily gets you vice presidential experience per se, but I mean, look, Tucker Carlson has had a lot of experience in this world. He's been around for a long time. He knows these topics.
He grew up in Washington. He knows that town. He
Why
knows
would
how
Walt
it works.
do this?
And it's certainly a way of raising not only his profile, but also the profile of a foreign affairs picture that's not always been germane to the Republican Party, but is increasing in influence and is certainly aligned with the president's theory on foreign affairs. So I mean, I mean, look, I like it as a hot take. I like it as a theory you're throwing out there, but I don't know that I buy it. And
I have to tell you, if I wanted the presidency, or somebody had asked me, hey, think about running, the thing I would do was exactly what Tucker Carlson is doing right now, and it would give me keys to the kingdom, either kingdom I choose. It's very, very, very bright. Very bright of Tucker Carlson. It's like I tell my kids all the time, just don't ever close any doors. You want as many doors open to you as possible. Let me tell you about Jase Medical. I'm going to tell you a story in about half an hour that is probably the strongest clarion call to getting yourself prepared for impact that I've heard in a very long time. Very credible. We'll tell you about it coming up in about a half an hour. In the meantime, I would like you just to remember this name and go to jasemedical.com. That's JASE medical.com. Why? Because if there is a sudden disruption, if there is a terrorist attack, if there is anything that goes on, China starts to melt down, well, what happens to our medicine? You don't get it. Right now, we have a shortage of amoxicillin. How's that even possible in America? Well, it's easy. We don't make it. Jase Medical can get you the Jase case, which has 5 of the best antibiotics in it, the most frequently used antibiotics in it, and you can get all of your medications for a year's worth supply. JaseMedical.com. Use the promo code PREPARED.
And sign up for Blaze TV at blazetv.com/Glenn. Promo code Glenn30 will save you $30 on your subscription to Blaze TV.
Diabetes can serve up a lot of questions, like what is your glucose and can you have more carbs? Before you decide, with the Freestyle Libre 3 system, know your glucose and where it's heading. No finger sticks needed. Now the world's smallest and thinnest sensor sends your glucose levels directly to your smartphone. Manage your diabetes with more confidence and lower your A1C, the #1 CGM prescribed in the U.S. Try it for free at freestylelibre.us.
breaths to show your stuff. Every breath matters. Don't let RSV take your breath away. Protect yourself from RSV with Abrysvo, Pfizer's RSV vaccine. Abrysvo is a vaccine for the prevention of lower respiratory disease from RSV people 60 years and older. RSV can be serious if you are 60 or older. Having asthma, COPD, diabetes, or heart disease put you at even higher risk. Abrysvo Abrysvo is not for everyone and may not protect all who receive the vaccine. Don't get Abrysvo if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its ingredients. People with a weakened immune system may have a decreased response to Abrysvo. The most common side effects are tiredness, headache, pain at the injection site, and muscle pain. Ask your pharmacist or doctor about Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo. Visit these retailers or find other retailers with you at abrysvo.com.
Providing nutritious foods for those facing food insecurity takes more volunteers, more food pantries, and more food programs. It takes the Westmore Food Bank. Peace of mind for individuals and families.
It's chili season, football season, grandkids season, and fall vaccination season. Help protect yourself this fall with an updated COVID-19 shot that's recommended by the CDC. Now go enjoy snuggle season.
My doctor gave me Breztri for my COPD. Things changed. Breztri gave me better breathing, symptom improvement, and reduced flare-ups.
Breztri won't replace a rest inhaler for sudden breathing
Where is
problems.
everyone?
It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breztri more than prescribed. Breztri may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
Ask your doctor about Breztri.
Oh, Louis, where you going? I gotta handle something. Let's go, Louis. Hold on that way. Vamos.
Heard of yada yada like exploding ghosts?
Hey, I'm done with this yada yada.
You don't take yada yada in life?
I'll get the paperwork.
Don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. At Metro, there's no contracts, no exploding bills, and nada yada yada.
Nice. Coming back later for you.
left.
So the NFL, the Super Bowl, had 123.4 million viewers. That is the largest television audience since. Do you know the answer to this, Stu?
I think I heard since the moon landing. Is that accurate?
The moon landing.
Wow.
The moon landing. That's crazy. Think of all the things that have happened since.
Crazy, sloppy mess for 3 quarters.
I
mean, it was awful. It was not a great football game to the very end.
I just wanted to stop watching it, but we're big Kansas City Chiefs fans, and I kept saying, "Where's Mahomes? Where's Mahomes?" And we got into the half, and I said to my son, he always, when his back is against the wall, he always comes back in the end. He's gonna. I was trying to talk my son down from the roof, but it was an amazing.
Did anyone get out?
1.5 quarters. You know?
Yeah.
Fourth quarter and about half of it was great.
Yeah, it went in overtime, of course, as well. Yeah, it was. I mean, look, it turned into an all-time classic game, and it did not start that way. It's amazing that of all the Super Bowls would be the one that has the highest ever. But now, for all the talk about how people are going to abandon the NFL, the last 2 Super Bowls are the most watched Super Bowls of all time.
I know.
It's just people really like the sport. It's pretty great.
Yeah, and they're not as bad as they were, in the beginning, where everybody had white people are racist on the back of their helmet, and you're like, boy, can we? They've calmed down from that. By the way, 20% of the people who watched the Super Bowl said they were voting or rooting for Kansas City because of Taylor Swift. 20% of the viewers.
That's incredible.
I don't know. I'd say she has some influence on the culture.
She certainly does. I mean, my daughter is turned into quite the Swiftie at this point, and she's 11, and she's very much loving everything that Taylor Swift does. So, like, half my job at the game, I was like watching the game, but then also had to take very frequent photos and videos of Taylor Swift sitting in her luxury box, and hugging and kissing Jason Kelce. Actually, Jason would be in this story. Travis Kelce would be the one that she was kissing.
So, Rolling Stone came out, Taylor's beer, Satanism, and feet washing. Right-wingers spent the Super Bowl complaining. Listen to this. This is from Rolling Stone. Taylor Swift chugging a beer, like most people at the game. Taylor Swift seemed to be having a great time. At one point, the music star, fresh off tour in Japan, was shown on the Jumbotron chugging a beer. Something that has never been done at this football game. Quote, Taylor Swift enjoying herself at the Super Bowl, pounding beers with Satanists. That comes from Drew Hernandez on X. Gross. We don't need to be glorifying public intoxication. This is from Laura Luber. Imagine being a parent and saying, this woman is a role model for your daughter. Do people want their daughters to be drunks with high body counts? I prefer my icons to be like Donald Trump, sober. Wow. Laura, this coming from an alcoholic and a Mormon, okay? Somebody who is part of the church of, the Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I'm just saying, if there was somebody that would have a problem with it, it should be me. I have a problem with that. Now, I do have a slight problem with some of the Satanist stuff that was going on. I mean, I'm not saying anyone is a Satanist, but I'm just saying that you don't play around with the Satan stuff. Ice Spice. Have you followed this? I don't even know who Ice Spice is. I don't either. Inform me. She was a rapper. She was a friend of Taylor Swift. She's in the box. She was wearing, what was that clothing company? Is it Balenciaga or something like that?
Balenciaga.
Yeah, Balenciaga. That, the one that was pushing for child sex and Satanism and all that stuff. She was wearing a top apparently from them. I don't know how you could tell. And she was wearing a cross around her neck that was upside down. And then she was giving the devil horns. Now, I always thought this symbol was for the Texans. I thought this was for A&M. But maybe not. Maybe it's the devil horns. I'm not sure. Is that A&M's? Am I thinking the right?
I don't think we should comment on your
okay
sports knowledge.
Okay.
Yes. There is a sense. Does anyone get the sense that perhaps like conservative, at least some, I don't know. These are not the people that I talk to, but like on the online version of conservatives lately just don't seem to want to embrace anything that seems fun at all. I'm not saying this is part of the fun, but it's like, can we just enjoy a football game and move on? It is not my job to manage whoever this person's wardrobe. I don't care what they wear. I don't take my advice from idiots sitting next to people in luxury boxes at football games. I feel like we're just worried about weird stuff sometimes.
I think the worry, and I'm not saying about this, but I do think that we become Satan worshippers without even knowing it. We are performing ancient rituals. Pretty much you.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I think
we and the rest of them, just so you know. When you say pretty much you, that means it includes yourself.
No, I think as a society, I mean, we've talked about it over and over again. There are some things that are going on. You look at the MTV Music Awards, and we don't need to do satanic rituals. Sing me a song. Exactly. Yeah, sing me a song. Leave out the drinking of blood and the devil worship stuff.
100% with you on that. I mean, but like Taylor Swift chugging a beer at a football game, it was actually a very likable moment. I mean, but like Taylor Swift chugging a beer at a football game, it was actually a very likable moment. It was funny in the stadium. Yes. Like she waited till she got on camera. She basically had the beer sitting there until the camera turned to her, and as soon as she did, she just reached for it and chugged it. I mean, it was a funny, likable moment. That's all it was.
Yeah. The bashing of Taylor Swift drinking a beer makes her more likable and you less likable. I just want to point that out for anybody who's like, everybody's against Taylor Swift. Not so much. Oh God! I don't know if you've seen what she's done lately. You don't have to like her.
No.
And you could even be like, hey, she does some weird stuff on stage again. The witchcraft stuff. I just don't think you should be modeling that at all. Ever. It's fun.
Whether you like Taylor Swift or not, it's not all that important, honestly. It's like, and when when this all started, it was frustrating as an NFL fan because they were taking up time to talk about her instead of actually covering the game. But that lasted like a couple of weeks, and then honestly, she pops up there a couple of times, and has not been a big deal in a long time. It's like I don't know. It gets so sensitive. Everyone's so sensitive about everything. Gosh, I mean, it's like
Can I ask you this? So you're not offended by the "He Gets Us" ad?
I see this ad. No, I did not. I don't see any of the ads. So I'm almost learning about the ads.
This one, He Gets Us. The He Gets Us campaign.
Yeah.
The one where they show Jesus doing stuff and he's always really nice.
Giant
unlike the real Jesus who was just an SOB. He's always doing what Jesus would do. Nice things,
Nice things, yeah.
And so in this campaign, it had Jesus, or it had other people playing the role of Jesus, if you will, washing the feet, like there was a police officer washing the feet of a BLM supporter, okay? The last one was a priest washing the feet of a transgender person. And everybody was upset about it. I mean, this is blasphemous, blah, 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 blah. I came out, and I was alone yesterday, I think. Very alone. I don't really think that's blasphemous. I don't. I think Jesus wants us to love each other. Now, you could make the case that, then how come they didn't have the BLM person washing the feet of a cop? I don't know if that's nice. Anything that went the other direction, I agree with that. But, because that's what Jesus would do. But I think that the idea of love is kind of, he didn't copyright it, but he should have. The whole love thing, he should have been, hey, copyright infringement, that's mine.
Yeah.
Okay. So people are upset. And there was a great article by Lily Hayes on Blaze, theblaze.com. She says, yes, Jesus did wash the feet, but that's not all he did. And then she goes into the ad. Jesus didn't come to bring about a political victory, but a radical revolution in every person's heart. The ad ended with a screen that read, Jesus didn't teach hate, he washed feet. The ad sparked controversy. She said, first, Jesus didn't teach hate. He told us to love our enemies and pray for those who persecute us. He didn't come with the sinners. He dined with the sinners, spoke with the unclean rejects of society. You know, there's one way to look at this ad, and this ad, you can say, well, the police officer was washing the BLM guy's feet. I think that makes the police officer the Jesus character. And who would you rather be in that picture? Jesus or the protester? I'm going to go with Jesus for me. In fact, it's not even a close call on any of those things. I'd rather be the one who loves. And we looked at it like, how come they're not washing our feet? I don't know, because Jesus was in the other role. I'm just saying you could look at it that way. Jesus dined with sinners, spoke with the unclean rejects of society, even washed Judas's feet on the night of his betrayal. Now, I can't think of something that would piss people off. BLM protest, turning you into the Roman guard to be crucified. Which one is bigger to forgive? Transgender? Or the guy who got you crucified? If Jesus can wash the feet of Judas, and he knew Judas was going to turn him in, I don't know. I think that there may be, I don't have a biblical metal detector, but I bet it would be going off in the love area right there, Maybe something we should look at.
I mean, it's the problem that most people have with it, kind of what you outlined, which is it feels like it's just preaching to one side, right? Like, hey, you conservatives should be nicer to transgender people and BLM supporters. Like, it's more of the pandering aspect than questioning whether Jesus would love and wash the feet of his enemy.
Or is it a message to Christians, all of us Christians, that will fall on deaf ears for others? And they'll make it about politics. Is it a message for those of us who claim to know Christ that we should love our enemies? Because they're not our enemies. They're our brothers and sisters. They may be in error. We may not like them, but we should not hate them. I think that's probably the message. I don't think it's political at all. It's saying, those of you who believe you're Christians, you are on this side, generally speaking. What do you say? You stand against them. Stand against what they're preaching, what they're doing, just like Jesus did, but you love them so we don't make things worse. I can't think of a better message than that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's
but nobody's taking it that way.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I think it seems to be there's questions about the motivations of this group, which I don't even know I don't know much about it, honestly, the actual campaign. But I mean, it does, in the context of today, you can see why someone looks at that and says, well, they're only telling me I need to do it, and they're not saying to the others out there that they need to do it as well. Like, I can see why you might take that.
Take the log out of your own eye.
Right, yeah.
Take the log out of your own eye. I mean, by the way, I did find out in all my research going through all of this that Baphomet, you know who he is, the big statue of, Satan, found out he's transgender. I don't know if you knew that. But Baphomet is transgender. Just thought I'd point that out. Back in just a second. Actually, he is both male and female at the same time, which is, kind of weird. I don't recommend it for me in my life or yours, but hey, isn't it about time you gave your home a fresh new look? Maybe make some changes to the interior or exterior by doing something new and exciting with your window treatments. Good news is this can make the biggest change in your house, especially if you're thinking about selling it. This is the biggest change in your house at the lowest amount of cost. It's the easiest entry. You can save up now to 45% at Blinds.com. So much to choose from. You can do it all from the comfort of your home. You can get the upfront upfront quote online with no hidden fees? Well, yeah, I gave you that quote, but that didn't include the blinds. What? I hate it. I'm still in the middle of remodeling and building a house, and I hate those hidden fees. Well, yeah, I mean, we're doing landscaping, but that didn't include the dirt, the rocks, or the trees. Well, I mean, what did it include then? Anyway, Blinds.com doesn't do any of that. Blinds.com. There's a reason why they're the industry leader online for window treatments. They not only offer you free shipping, but also 100% satisfaction guarantee. So go to Blinds.com right now and save up to 45% off. Get up to 45% off for a limited time at Blinds.com. Or as the guy from the Super Bowls always says, Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
The Glenn Beck Program. Glenn's newsletter is free and full of useful info delivered every day right to your inbox. Sign up at glennbeck.com.
All right, it's the Super Bowl. You're down 10 points. You're in a lot of trouble. You don't have a lot of time. But you can still be Patrick Mahomes. You can still pull this thing out. You can do it. Valentine's Day is really, what is it, tomorrow? You might want to do something about Valentine's Day if you haven't done anything yet. Pull your feet out of the fire right now. You can do it with Books. Books is you go there, straight for bouquet. You go there and it's, you can get flowers for Valentine's Day. You can get them still delivered by tomorrow, and you can get 25% off your entire purchase with Books. It's the go-to flower source, and their flowers are cut and sourced directly from the best flower farms around the world, even farms on the side of a volcano. That's when you know that's pretty impressive, right? That's almost Patrick Mahomes impressive. Books is easy. BOUQS.com. Go to their site. You buy roses with just one click. You can use also their designs to pick anything you want. All sorts of different stuff. They even have the viral 100 red roses thing that you probably have seen going around. Valentine's Day, by the way, is freaking tomorrow. Just want to point that out one more time. Take care of placing that order right now. Get your delivery date, which is probably tomorrow at this point. If she says you don't have to get her anything, don't believe her. Books.com, BOUQS.com. Promo code is Blaze. Get 25% off right now. BOUQS.com. The promo code is Blaze. Valentine's Day is tomorrow. Don't blow it.
Diabetes can serve up a lot of questions, like what is your glucose and can you have more carbs? Before you decide, with the Freestyle Libre 3 system, know your glucose and where it's heading. No finger sticks needed. Now the world's smallest and thinnest sensor sends your glucose levels directly to your smartphone. Manage your diabetes with more confidence and lower your A1C, the #1 CGM prescribed in the U.S. Try it for free at freestylelibre.us.
breaths to show your stuff. Every breath matters. Don't let RSV take your breath away. Protect yourself from RSV with Abrysvo, Pfizer's RSV vaccine. Abrysvo is a vaccine for the prevention of lower respiratory disease from RSV in people 60 years and older. RSV could be serious if you are 60 or older. Having asthma, COPD, diabetes, or heart disease puts you at even higher risk. Abrysvo is not for everyone and may not protect all who receive the vaccine. Don't get Abrysvo if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its ingredients. People with a weakened immune system may have a decreased response to Abrysvo. The most common side effects are tiredness, headache, pain at the injection site, and muscle pain. Ask your pharmacist or doctor about Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo. Visit these retailers or find other retailers near you at Abrysvo.com.
Life after student debt is within reach. Refi at SoFi.com. You could save thousands and get to your goals faster. SoFi, get your money right.
What's my Safe Light story? I see inspiration right through my glass. So when my windshield cracked, I chose Safe Light. They replaced the glass and recalibrated my safety system. That service I can trust.
Safe like repair, safe like replace. It's chilly season, football season, grandkids season, and fall vaccination season. Help protect yourself this fall with an updated COVID-19 shot that's recommended by the CDC. Now go enjoy snuggle season.
Last week, there was a winter conference for the National Sheriff's Association in Washington, D.C., and the FBI Director, Christopher Wray, had a warning. And one sheriff has come back, and he's taking that warning seriously. He is the sheriff of Butler County. We're going to tell you what he was told and what he is doing in his county. He apparently is coming out tomorrow with further details, and we're trying to get him on the air. I'd love to speak to this sheriff. You've got two choices. You could ignore it and hope that he's wrong, or prepare.
Diabetes can serve up a lot of questions, like what is your glucose and can you have more carbs? Before you decide, with the Freestyle Libre 3 system, know your glucose and where it's heading. No finger sticks needed. Now the world's smallest and thinnest sensor sends your glucose levels directly to your smartphone. Manage your diabetes with more confidence and lower your A1C, the #1 CGM prescribed in the U.S. Try it for free at freestylelibre.us.
In my mind, I'm 25. My actual age, I'm not telling. But there are risk factors like being 50 or over that can increase the risk of severe illness and hospitalization from COVID-19. So I've prioritized my health, gotten vaccinated against COVID, and will also get this season's updated COVID-19 shot designed to help protect against recent variants. Now available in CDC recommended, this season's updated COVID-19 shot. Learn about a vaccine option and book at schedulecovidvax.com.
579 breaths to show your stuff. Every breath matters. Don't let RSV take your breath away. Protect yourself from RSV with Abrysvo, Pfizer's RSV vaccine. Abrysvo is a vaccine for the prevention of lower respiratory disease from RSV in people 60 years and older. RSV can be serious if you are 60 or older. Having asthma, COPD, diabetes, or heart disease puts you at even higher risk. Abrysvo is not for everyone and may not protect all who receive the vaccine. Don't get Abrysvo if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its ingredients. People with a weakened immune system may have a decreased response to Abrysvo. The most common side effects are tiredness, headache, pain at the injection site, and muscle pain. Ask your pharmacist or doctor about Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo. Visit these retailers or find other retailers near you at abrysvo.com.
It's time. Yes, the time has come for a fresh approach to dog food. Every day, more dog people are deciding it's time to quit the kibble and feed their dogs fresh food from the farmer's dog. Made by vets and delivered right to your door, precisely portioned for your dog's needs. It's an idea whose time has come.
I can be a little particular. It wasn't easy finding a car that's just so me.
Morning, Katie.
Morning, Chip. What was easy? Choosing NJM for auto insurance. They tailored a policy to my specific needs.
New car really suits you.
Are you noticing a pattern?
With NJM, you get the coverage that's right for you and top-rated customer service. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
people, Jamie Oliver here to tell you you can watch